Hello, friends and clients of Sherwood Tax. Welcome to the 2023 hustle season. This is your annual update, just telling you what's new at Sherwood Tax, what you'll need to know going through the tax season, and just general info for your use here. So want to start off first with what is new this year. The answer is a lot. A lot of things are new, and if you got our previous communication, you already know that we changed our pricing model from from prior years, moving from just kind of a once a year type model to more of a subscription model, closer to how we had been interacting with our business clients. So now everyone's really on this year-round model. We've gotten awesome feedback on it. We're super excited. And so if you're getting this video, that means that you are continuing on with Sherwood Tax, and we are thrilled to have you. And we are so excited about the level of service that we'll be able to provide under this new model. You should, if you haven't already received a proposal through Ignition, you should be getting that. So keep an eye out for that. And that is our engagement letter and also our payment processor. So we're doing everything all in one. And then we'll need to have an engagement letter signed before we can start working on tax returns. That part isn't new, but what's new is that we're doing it through Ignition this year for everybody. The other thing that's new this year is we're using a tool called SafeSend, and we're very excited about this one too, because we've gotten a lot of requests in the past when we've sent organizers out to have them be fillable. And the SafeSend organizers, not only are they fillable, but there's also places to attach your documents. I'll show you a screenshot in a moment, but this should make it a lot easier to get us the information that we need to prepare your returns, and also go through that organizer to make sure that you can use it as a checklist, just to make sure that we have everything that we need, at least based on what we had last year. And then we're also using SafeSend for delivery of the return and to collect that e-signature so that we can electronically file for you. Again, I'll show you a screenshot, but we still will have SmartVault as our portal. That won't go away. So if you have those links and you're comfortable with it, you're welcome to keep using SmartVault. But SafeSend really just delivers the return, walks you through the signing process. If there's payment vouchers, there will be links for the payment. It really makes it really smooth and easy for us to deliver those tax returns. And the other nice thing about it is that you can then send it on to third parties if you want to do that. So for example, if you need to send it to a lender, if you need to send a business, a copy of a K-1 to a shareholder, another shareholder in your business, you can do that all within SafeSend. So you don't have to wait on us to kind of get that, because we always have to have disclosures. If we're going to give it to your tax return to anybody else, we always have to have that disclosure, where this allows you just to forward that straight on to them. And I have our email here. This is our general email, cpa@sherwoodtax.com. If you ever need access to your returns, just let us know and we will send you the links to do that. And the other thing that changed a little bit is we've become even more remote operating. We do try to have someone in here every day of the week, but just to make sure someone's here and you need to drop off information, please make sure to call ahead. Make sure we're going to be around. If you give us a time frame, we'll make sure that someone is here to get your documents. And then if you need to actually have a meeting with me or another member of our professional staff, let us know and we'll need to get that scheduled ahead of time. Okay, so here's what move my face here. Here's what the new organizer looks like. So all of these green fields are fillable. So this is just a page that shows your W-2. Now you don't necessarily have to fill this out, because if you just upload your document here, if you just upload your W-2, we don't need this filled out. We really just want you to use this as a checklist. So you can say, oh, I don't work for ABCD anymore. And maybe you put that down as a note for us so that we don't ask you for that. But you can put your General Electric W-2, you can click there to upload that. So this should make things a lot more smooth in us getting that information each year. Here's what it looks like when we go to deliver the tax return. So you'll get an email notification. You'll click to send an authentication code That way we just make sure that this is not ending up in anyone's hands that it shouldn't. So once you go through and verify that, here's what it looks like when you're ready to sign. And so there's a summary here. If you have estimated payments, it'll summarize that. And then you're just clicking here. It walks you through each step. You're reviewing the documents. You sign the documents. If there's any returns that need to be printed and mailed, for example, TriMet returns, we'll tell you how to do that and what needs to be printed. And then we'll also send you instructions or links to make any payments as needed. And the documents, this part hasn't changed. The good thing is for the 2022 tax year, we don't have to worry about stimulus payments and we don't have to worry about advanced child tax credit payments. Those really hung us up a lot last year. But if you have anything new this year that we didn't have in your 2021 that's not showing up in the organizer, please make sure to let us know. Again, feel free to use that notes section to tell us about anything that's changed. And then if there's things that aren't captured in there, obviously let us know. If you, for example, have a mileage log or something else that you want to share with us, we'll need to get that from you as well. Another thing that was new is actually new starting in the 2021 tax year, but you may or may not have come in contact with it. If you're in Oregon, if you're in the metro area, if you're in Multnomah County, there was some new personal taxes that passed last year. So if you're not already aware of that now, there's the housing tax and the preschool for all tax. We will do a preliminary, check to see if you are required to file that. But if you already know that you are, then it never hurts to give us a heads up. Or if you know that you're not in the boundary, that would be good to know as well. So here is our process. So the first thing that we do, we say scan. That's if you're dropping off your documents here. A lot of the documents that we need you're probably already getting those in electronic format. So the best way to get that to us is through that organizer that I showed you earlier, or to upload directly into your Smart Vault. We'd rather not have you print something off so that we just have to scan it again. So if it's already in electronic format, that's perfect. We will prepare it. It goes through a review process. It gets signed by me or staff, our licensed tax preparers, and then you get the assembly and delivery to you. We are going to communicate with you at each phase of this process. So we're asking you, if you can, please refrain from calling or emailing to check on status. So that just takes us out of our workflows to have to go check on your status. And I promise you that we will be in communication with you as we go through the process. The tricky thing about tax season is that everybody gets their documents at about the same time. They all kind of have to go through this funnel of preparation for us to get to. We do our best to do it on a first in and first out basis. We have our way of tracking that. And so you'll get an email from us at each phase of that process. So to help things go a little more smoothly, I am recommending to all of our clients that you register for an account at irs.gov/account. This will enable you to see your transcripts, to see what the IRS has on record for you. In the last couple of years, the IRS has had some problems. Hopefully they're getting fixed with this funding that they're getting, but one of the problems is that they've issued a lot of notices, which may or may not be correct. And so the best way to see what the IRS has on record for you is to register for this account. And then if you can let us know when you've completed your organizer, if you can, we will get a notification once you mark it completed. If you're not using that electronic organizer, let us know when you've uploaded, or you think you have anyway, all of your tax information, and we can get started on that. Sometimes folks will upload stuff to our Smart Vault portal but not notify us, and so we don't know when you're like, okay, I'm done and we're ready to start the return. So if you can send us an email, let us know that will help us kick off your tax return preparation process. But please let us know. I've made reference to sending emails quite a few times in this video. Let us know if your contact information has changed. We definitely need to know about street address changes, email address changes, phone numbers, all of those things. So please make sure that we have the latest contact information on file for you. So this is what we're calling our tax roadmap, and I just wanted to just give an overview of how things look throughout the year at Sherwood Tax. This is just to kind of give you an idea of what's next. So in November and December is when we started sending out our proposals. January through March is when we're really kind of in the thick of tax season, getting all those documents together. April through June, we're either filing your tax return or potentially filing an extension for you. If we find it necessary to file an extension for you, we will do our best to communicate with you about estimated tax payments, extension payments, anything that would be due at that time. Also, your first quarter 2023 tax payment is going to be due by April 15th. The second one's due by June 15th. And then July through September, that's when third quarter payments are due. If anything big has changed in your personal tax situation, that's a really good time to give us a heads up so that we can start planning for the next year. So it's really a year-round communication process and information flow that we want to make sure that we have two-way communication throughout the year. So these are our lovely Sherwood Tax team members. There's myself, there's Sarah and Kendall and Jennifer are here in the office in Sherwood. Stephanie is up in Gig Harbor, Washington. We've got Chrissy, who's not pictured, but she's helping with some of our administrative tasks and 1099 filings. And then we have Ruby, our resident office dog and director of emotional support for us and the clients here in the office. We also have our team in Guadalajara, Mexico. That's amazing. So we've got Lisbeth and Julia, who now have been with us for a couple of years. We have our superstar bookkeeping team, that is Claudia and Ellie. So if you see communication coming from any of them, now you have a face to match with the name on the emails. What if you have questions? Please make sure you are signed up for our newsletter. So if you're getting this video, that means you're on our newsletter list, so that's good. We also send out just kind of tax tips and things once a month, just so you're aware of any new developments that come up in the tax world. We have a resources and blog page on our website. So there's lots of good information there. You can actually search by topic to see if it's something that we've had a blog about in the past. We have a Facebook page. If you need something specific to your account, email your client manager or feel free to use our CPA@sherwoodtax.com email to make an appointment or to ask any kind of specific questions that you have about your situation. So that wraps it up for me. Keep an eye out for those organizers. We're going to start sending those out early next week, so around the 23rd. They're not all going to go at once, so they'll probably be in the next week or so to keep an eye out for that. But if you don't get it, in the next week or so, just send us an email and we'll make sure to get that over to you. Thanks for your time. Looking forward to hustle season. Have a good one.